How's it going, guys? The new patch teaser just came out and it's looking juicy as hell. Like, we are getting so many buffs, so many nerfs, and we're even getting some wild specific stuff, including removed cards, which is kinda huge. In this video we're gonna go over all of the cards that are getting changed for standard and wild. I'm also gonna show you what's happening in Battlegrounds, even though I myself have no idea what's happening over there, but at least you get to see the picture. So yeah, if you enjoy the content, if you find what I'm doing helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And do let me know in the comments what you guys think these nerfs might be. Now, let's get into it.
You are not prepared!
Okay, so here is all of the cards for standard getting changed. We can see 10 cards are getting nerfed, as well as 5 cards and 2 imbue hero powers are getting buffed, so a lot to go over here. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not yet, but if the teaser is today, we should be getting the patch live tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. We should be hearing about what the patch is gonna be like an hour before it goes live, around the same time this teaser got out today. So definitely prepare your bodies for the new meta, and definitely don't be crafting too much before the changes happen, because the meta is going to be a lot more different from what I'm seeing here. At the glance of an eye, we can see that all the important classes are getting hit big time, like Demon Hunter with the Cliff Dive, Imbue Druid is getting hit both with the Symbiosis as well as Shaldrasil, which is kind of huge. Imbue Hunter is getting hit with King Plush as well as the Dragonkin. The Flickering Bullshitter is also getting clapped for Pally, comboed off with Shaldrasil as well. Rogue is getting touched with the Harbinger. Warlock is getting touched with this thing, Cursed Campaign or whatever the hell it was called. Narrowlex for Dreamy Priest apparently is also a bye-bye, and also Sing-Along Buddy for all of the imbue classes. Now let's go through and see what exactly the cards we're gonna be looking at are. Starting off with Cliff Dive, here right now it's sitting at 6 mana. What I think is gonna be happening here, well, you know me, I'm a simple man. When I see a nerf, first thing I go to is bumping up the cost and bumping this thing to 7 mana. I think solves some of the issues this card is posing right now. If I gotta be honest, I'm not sure if this is gonna be too big a nerf for this deck. I think they're gonna go back to their roots with the Quillbores instead. Sitting at 7 mana, it's not gonna be that big a deal if you have the Quillbores back at your disposal. Yeah, I think it's just going up to 7 mana. Doesn't have to be a fancy nerf, so there's that. Next up we have Symbiosis, and if you guys remember correctly, this thing used to not give the -1 discount, and naturally, when a card starts overperforming after it got buffed, well, they reverted back, and I think that's exactly what's happening here with Druid. Not the biggest change in the world, but it definitely was amazing being able to clap 1 mana Symbiosis into a 0 mana couple of 1/1s or something stupid like that. Definitely helped the class big time to do their thing a lot faster. King Plush, honestly, I'm not even sure what the hell they can be doing here. Like, bumping the cost of this guy to 10 is not gonna do anything, and bumping it to 20 is gonna basically make it imbue only card, so I'm really not sure what can happen here. Like, you guys let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think this card might get clapped with. Like 9 mana 1/1 sounds dumb to me again, and it still makes it only imbue card if you ask me, so I would be very interested to hear what you guys have in mind for this one. Moving down to the Tending Dragonkin, and here again, bump up the cost question mark. Bumping this guy to 4 mana is gonna make it somewhat wonkier for the King Plush combo, but if King Plush gets wrecked, maybe it's not about the King Plush anymore, so who knows, who knows. I'd say 4 mana on this guy is probably gonna be fair, and it's still gonna be usable in all sorts of different situations with the new Imbue Hunter. I think we might be seeing new iterations of Imbue Hunter, and this guy is still gonna be a big part of it, alas, not as strong. With Flickering Lightbot, honestly, I don't think 1 mana bump on this guy is gonna solve much of anything. Pally's literally dropped this guy as soon as turn 2, and both the 8/8s as soon as turn 4 in most cases, and that's kind of broken. But I don't think we touch the Giants, guys. Like, the Giants are not supposed to be getting touched. They're all supposed to be 8 mana 8/8s, so what can this guy go for? I guess Flickering Lightbot is gonna go up to a 5 mana question mark. Sounds about right. 5 mana free in today's day and age. That sounds about right. So yeah, that would be my guess on this one. With the Harbinger of Harbinger of the Blighted, apologies. Again, this guy has been dropping a little bit too soon in my book, and also being able to get played for 0 mana was a little bit too good for the Shadow Step situation, so bumping this guy up to 3 mana, I'd say might be the way to go. So 3 mana 2 free, if they're feeling generous, maybe they're gonna make it into a 3 mana 3/3, something along those lines, sounds about right. Cursed Campaign, a little bit too cheap for what it's doing. Wow, you guys see a pattern here, right? I'm so good at this. Bump everything with +1 mana, call it a nerf, right? What can I say, guys? I'm a simple man. But honestly, what else could it be? Yeah, 4 mana curse campaign, same effect, same everything, sounds about right. Shaldrasil, honestly, I really thought it should get nerfed, but I really thought it would not get nerfed. How the hell do you even nerf this thing? Right now, this thing is super broken in Pallies. It's great in Druids with Malorn, that kind of stuff. Like, a lot of the time, an 8 cost card is the one that actually corrupts Shaldrasil. And if they bump this thing up to 8 mana, a lot of classes are actually gonna be not very happy about that play. But to be fair, now with Firek, it's not actually so hard to still get it corrupted with it bumping up to 8 mana. So it's either that or they're gonna tone down the cards it gives a little bit. Like, God knows, the 2-drop and the 4-drop are way too chunky. But to be fair, the 5 damage AoE plus the 0 mana +5/+5 are the really broken things. But then again, they are kind of a mirror of the cards from the uncorrupted Shaldrasil. So there's that too. But yeah, I'd say my money again is to bump this thing up to 8 mana. Nerfs kinda literally only gets to see play in things like Murmur Shaman as well as Zarimi Priest. I'm not sure what they're gonna be doing here. To be fair, bumping this thing up to 8 mana is gonna solve some issues. Not for Murmur Shaman though, because it's only gonna go back to... Actually, what the hell am I talking about? Murmur Shaman didn't use this, did it? Am I dumb? I don't think Murmur Shaman used this. I mean, why am I even contemplating? Let me just see who actually used Nerfs for the last weeks, and it's nothing but Zarimis as well as a few rogues. What the hell? Didn't realize Rogue abused this guy ever. But yeah, it's only about the Zarimi here, I'd say. So what could the play here be? If we gotta be honest, bumping this guy up to 8 mana is gonna postpone their turn guaranteed by 1 to do their Zarimi thing. So again, if it was up to me, I'd bump this guy to 8 mana and call it a day. And last but not least, we have Sing-Along Buddy for standard getting clapped. And he's a 2 mana 1/4 right now. And your hero power triggers twice. Can't really do much about the wording on this card. The stats don't matter big time. I'd say again, bump this guy to 3 mana ought to solve a lot of issues for the card, because you get to do this way too soon, especially with Imbue Druid and such. It was kind of broken that way. So that's about it for the nerfed standard cards. Let's consider what the buffed cards are gonna be. And here we're starting off with the Pally Imbue hero power, Blessing of the Dragon, which is shuffle 2 Emerald Portals into your deck. Your portal summon a 1-cost dragon, goes all the way up to 10 when you imbue it. What could we change here? I don't think they're gonna be touching the price of the hero power. Like, I don't think they've ever done that. So what else could you really touch here? Shuffle 3 Emerald Portals? Is that gonna change anything? I don't know, man. You guys tell me. Maybe they are gonna bump it down to a 1 mana. Guess time will tell on that one. Moving down to the priest one, Blessing of the Moon. Choose a priest minion or priest spell to add to your hand. It costs 1 less, but it's temporary. Okay, that's cool, I guess. So far, none of the imbue priests have been seeing any success. The hero power does seem interesting, but so far it's really been an absolute flop. And again, could they actually bump it down to 1 mana like the Pally one, potentially? Kinda sounds like not the worst idea in the world. The other option would be to straight up start costing -2 as soon as you imbue yourself, so you get yourself a little bit of extra stuff. I don't know, what else could we really realistically touch here? Moving down to the cards, starting off with the Warrior Shadow Flame Suffusion? Suffusion? What's a Suffusion? Either way, right now it's a 3 mana, deal 3 damage, discover a warrior minion with a dark gift fire spell. 3 mana, deal 3 damage with a discover a gift? Sounds cool, honestly, but maybe they bump it down to 2 mana, huh? Bump it down to 2 mana, maybe bump the damage down to 2 as well, but I think 3 is actually fair. Yeah, 2 mana, deal 3 damage, same effect, same everything, sounds about right to me. Could be interesting for the warrior class. We also have Living Flame, a 2 mana 2/2 elemental, Death Rattle, draw a fire spell. So far, the fire stuff hasn't really been seeing too much stuff. What could they really do here? 2 mana 2/3, Death Rattle, draw. Sounds about right. So maybe something like that. 2 mana 2/3, 2 mana 3/2. I'd say that would be somewhat okay-ish. And it's also kind of cool that you're drawing a fire spell, but then again, what is the fire spell you're really looking for? That's the real question. So we're gonna have to wait and see what actually emerges out of this Living Flame. The 1 mana Dark Rider for Warrior also is getting bumped, and it has Battle Cry. If you're holding a dragon, discover a dragon with a dark gift. 1 mana 1/1. A lot of 1 manas are 1/3s. Would that really change anything? I wouldn't think it would, but if I had to take a shot in the dark, I'd make this into a 1 mana 1/3. Or, now that I said it, maybe if you're holding a dragon, discover a dragon with a dark gift, -1. Something like the Symbiosis, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. We also have Spirit of the Calderae. This is the the first time I'm seeing this card, not gonna lie. It's a 2-mana 1/3 undead. Taunt, Lifesteal, Battlecry. If you used your hero power this turn, gain +2/+2. So it's a 2-mana 1/3 that goes up to 2-mana 3/5 with Taunt and Lifesteal. It's a priest card, so 2-mana 2/3 by default. Would that change much? Probably not, but I'd say that might be the way to go. The other option would be to make it into a 1-mana 1/3, but I think that would be absolutely OP. Like, that's a 1-mana 3/5 in that case, which is kind of busted. So I'd say it's a 2-mana 2/3. And last but not least, we have the 5-mana Overgrown Horror, a Warlock card, a 4/6 Taunt, Battlecry, reduce the cost of minions in your hand with Dark Gifts by 2. I guess this card is going to be decent support for Wallow Warlock, but right now Wallow Warlock is absolute dog water, so I don't think changing this card much is going to do much of anything for now. But 4-mana Chillwind Yeti, anybody about that? 4-mana 4/5, same effect, sounds about right to me. And now we're moving down to Wild. Here we have the Void Touched Attendant, and this card has been an absolute menace for quite a while in Wild. Like, Shadow Priest has been absolutely broken, and this card is a big part of that. I'd say moving it up to a 2-mana might make it a little bit less flexible for those classes, even though a lot of the times it's kind of whatever for the mana cost on this guy. But yeah, I think that'd be the play. We also have Order in the Court. This thing has been problematic, nerfed, reverted, buffed, like quite the weird card. Right now, I don't even know what the current state is. It's a 2-mana, reorder your deck from highest cost to lowest cost, draw cards. I really don't know anymore, guys. Like, the problems this card has been dealing, especially with Paladins, has been too much for too long. Bump it up to a 4-mana question mark? I don't even know, Chief. I'm not much of a Wild player nowadays, so I don't even know what's happening over there anymore. And same with Scabs. 4-mana Scabs Cutter Butter. 3/3 combo. The next 2 cards you play this turn cost 3 less. I don't know, 5-mana. Some of the more experienced Wild players might shed some light to what the problem with this guy is right now, but I'd bump it up to 5-mana and call it a day. And we also have the Serenite Chain Gang. Right now, apparently this guy is getting used in Warrior, Shaman, and that's about it. And again, he's a part of the Shudderwalk bullshit. And I'd say they're just gonna revert it back to the old nerfed form. Summon an extra Serenite Chain Gang instead of a copy of this minion. Surely that's gonna be the play there. And that's gonna deny Shutterblocks doing too much bullshit like that. And we also have a couple of banned cards apparently from the Ever Burning Phoenix. I'm not sure why this thing is getting banned in Wild. I have started seeing it a lot more in Standard lately and has been doing some busted things. But yeah, from what I see in Wild, it's actually a part of the Scabs deck as well. So those two together apparently are doing something broken in Wild. And the last thing would be the Growth Shaper, which is probably doing some weird interactions with the Druid stuff, probably with Floop's Glorious Gloop or something like that. I'd assume something wonky is happening over there for sure, even though from what I'm seeing that deck is not doing all that well, so who knows? Who knows how that one's gonna go. So yeah, that's about it for all of the Standard and Wild cards. I really believe this is gonna shake up the meta a lot. Like, this is basically gonna be the new mini set launch, which honestly I feel should have been the way to go. Like, we really needed to tone down some cards straight up before that, but to be fair, King Plush would have wrecked everybody even harder than, because God knows it wouldn't have gotten touched before the mini set came out. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think this is gonna be doing to the meta. I do believe Demon Hunter is still gonna be pretty strong given everything else also got nerfed, so it should be pretty good. Even though if Shaoja still really does get bumped up to 8 mana for Demon Hunter, they're not gonna have a reliable way of actually corrupting it with their Illidari, so that is actually quite the big nerf now that I said it. Druid should still remain pretty powerful even though we have a grand total of 3 cards getting nerfed for the Imbue Druid. Imbue Hunter looks pretty shaky, like if these cards get nerfed too hard, it's gonna be pretty bad for them. Row is gonna get slightly toned down, but I still believe it's gonna be pretty strong in skilled hands, even though also Shaoja still got touched, so again, with Ferak maybe they're gonna be still able to corrupt it, but we'll see how that goes. Zarimi Priest is probably not gonna be making a returning. Right now it hasn't been doing too well, and with Narrowlegs getting clapped, maybe it's not gonna come back at all. Warlock got a little bit touched with their shenanigans, getting a bunch of free armor with the help of their Ancients of Yore, so this is probably gonna make it a wee bit harder, and all of the Imbue decks got slightly clapped as well, thanks to Singalong Buddy getting also touched, so we'll see how that goes. As for the buffed cards, I'm really not expecting too much to happen on that front. I have been seeing a little bit more pallies with the Imbue stuff here and there, but so far they haven't really been doing much. And with Imbue Priest, I still believe it's not going to be that powerful, even though we did see a couple of things that are getting better for them as well well as the meta becoming a wee bit easier, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't really put money on any of these other classes really picking up too much. As for wilds, yeah, you saw what the situation is. Rogue is getting touched, Shaman's getting touched, Pallies, Priests, and also these cards getting banned. Kinda interesting. And as promised, I will just show you what the Battleground stuff is. I have no idea what this really means. So yeah, watch a dedicated Battlegrounds YouTuber if you want to know more about these things. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and if you did, a like and subscribe would really be appreciated. And do let me know in the comments how you think these cards are getting changed. Don't forget you can check out my Raid Shadow Legends channel, and thanks for watching. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.